Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We are on the precipice as we transition from the year 5782 into 5783 this Sunday night. We are approaching, we are anticipating the High Holy Days. Many of the music that we're going to be using this Shabbat will help us get in the mood, get in the proper spirit, get in the right mindset for the High Holy Days that are approaching. Hopefully this will be the opportunity to shake the cobwebs out, dust off our memories, and remember how buried deep into our souls these melodies are. We also want to recognize a practicality. Your rabbis work very hard all year round, but especially as we approach the High Holy Days. So this Shabbat, throughout our service, we're going to be offering some of the prayers that help us get ready, some of the prayers that help us prepare for the High Holy Day season and for prayer in general. One of my favorite readings can be found in our prayer book, but not in a section that we usually use. It's found in the weekday section of our prayer book. I need strength, humility, courage, patience. Strength to control my passions, humility to assess my own worth, courage to rise above defeats, patience to cleanse myself of imperfections, and wisdom to learn and live by our sacred teachings. Let me not be discouraged by my failings. Let me take heart from all that is good and noble in my character. Keep me from falling victim to cynicism. Teach me sincerity and enthusiasm. Endow me with perception and courage, that I may serve others with compassion and love. And I wrote below this a prayer that was shared with me that may be familiar to you as well. Dear God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Hopefully these readings will awaken our souls, and every day in the month of Elul, we hear the call of the shofar, which hopefully will resonate within each of us, preparing us for the High Holy Days. I invite you all to please rise as you're able.
Let us ascend as we hear the call of community, the voice of return. Let us ascend as we feel the pull and power of tradition. Let us ascend to the sound of the shofar, and let us enter the gates of Teshuvah. Tekiah.
To help us, you may be seated. To help us bring in the light of Shabbat, I'd like to invite up Sabrina Hochberg, and as well as her family, to come on up and light our Shabbat candles. The blessing can be found on page 10.
להדליק נר של שבת.
On page 19, we begin Kabbalat Shabbat, welcoming Shabbat together with the words of Mikolot Mayim Rabbi. Page 20, Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyoni Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh, Bariku. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyoni Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh, Baruchu Bohem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyoni Melech. Elyon mi melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekavela.
שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולהילה.
Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekavela.
התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי הרי, אורי אורי שתדברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלח.
Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekavela.
בשלום עטרת בלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי,
Lecha dodi
לקראת כלה, ב'נei Shabbat, לקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, ב'נei Shabbat, לקבלה.
Having welcomed the Sabbath light, having welcomed the ministering angels of Shabbat, and having welcomed the Sabbath bride, let's welcome each other. Turn to each other, wish each other Shabbat Shalom, introduce yourself. We remain standing as we turn eastward towards Jerusalem for our call to prayer. Baruch Hu. On page 29, we read together, "Holy is twilight, the realm of in-between, and so our sages taught. Pray in the moments when light and darkness touch. We are all twilight people, beyond categories and labels. May the sacred in-between of this evening suspend our certainties, soften our judgments, widen our vision. Let it illumine our ways to the God who transcends all boundaries and definitions. Blessed are you, God of all,
who brings on the twilight."
Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Haravim. Page 31. If you find joy in Torah, you'll sit with the sages and drink their words, your soul refreshed like a tree by streams of water. Wisdom will follow you all the seasons of your life. Celebration in the sunlight, consolation in the night. Your roots will grow deep. You'll anchor yourself in courage and hope. You'll savor and cherish the true work of your hands. Your passion for life will not wither or fade. They'll treasure the lessons you leave behind. Remember what you taught in word and deed, and those who come after you will honor your path. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai
We invite Sabrina to come and lead us in Ve'ahavta. You can find it on page 34.
ואהבת את אדוני
אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Adonai Elohechem.
Love the strangers among you. Love them as yourself. See yourself in their eyes. With your own hands, bind up their wounds. Teach your children to unlock their hearts and share their wealth. Inscribe words of welcome at your gates and at the ports of entry. For you have been strangers in every corner of the world. We think about the freedom that we enjoy. And as we anticipate Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, we keep that in our hearts. Micha Mocha, page 40.
Mocha b'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedar b'kodesh, Yorot tehilot oseh felech, Malchutecha
Page 42.
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu
page 46.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת, את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת, את השבת. וביום השביעי שבת ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת, את השבת, את השבת, את השבת, את
And before Amidah, we remind ourselves that our mission is to plant ourselves at the gates of hope, not the prudent gates of optimism, which are somewhat narrower, nor the stalwart, boring gates of common sense, nor the strident gates of self-righteousness, which creak on shrill and angry hinges. People cannot hear us there, and they cannot pass through, nor the cheerful, flimsy garden gate of everything is going to be all right, but a different, sometimes lonely place of truth-telling about your own soul first of all of its conditions, the place of resistance and defiance from which you see the world both as it is and as it could be, as it will be, the place from which you glimpse not only struggle, but joy in the struggle. And we stand there beckoning and calling, telling people what we're seeing, asking them what they see. Please rise if you're able as we ask God to help us pray and see. Page 48.
Adonai, Sifatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagite Hilatera. Adonai, Sifatai Tiftach,
As we prepare for the High Holy Days, we often think of the work of teshuvah that we need to do, the work of repairing our relationships. We also know that there are those in our community and those in our hearts who are in need of repair of body, of mind, and of spirit. We're especially thinking of Ari Zalman Leib ben Shoshana Moshe, Dina Leah bat Zohara, Lauren Berman, Nellie Dean, Paul Dean, Spencer Dickin, Shelley Druskin, Ellen Edwards, Bluma Chana bat Essie Veruvain, Jessica Lynn Friedman, Denise Garrick, Ella Glickman, Nancy Gordon, Sonia Grossberg, Juliana Haken, Ellen Hutt, Ruth Jordan, Richard Kitson, Rebecca Lahana, Roberto Lahana, Deborah Levin, Marshall J. Lewis, Nechama Bat Rafael, Claudia Liebenson, Michal Iran Bat Yael, Jim McIndoe, Julianne Colleen Medenia Arjero, Yoram Minnis, Michael Moore, Stanley Rabin, Sharon Resnick, Sharon Ritter, Galina Rubalchenko, Rosa Santiago, Jenny Schnitzer, Rhonda Schwartz, Ilana Schaefer, Bernard Stein, Seth Streichler, Lynn Slotkin, Cindy Spector, Gerald Trimble, David Tossman, Kathy Weil, John Weil, Beatrice Weiner, Arlene Wellborn, Eric Winston, George Wise, and Todd Villa. Perhaps there's a name on your heart that you would like to add to our prayers of healing. I invite you to share that name as our eyes meet. We join in our prayer for healing, which can be found on page 77. It's my honor to invite Kim Carno up to offer some announcements from our board of directors.
It's not easy following the kids. Shabbat Shalom, my name is Kim Carno, a member of your board of directors. Tonight with me is Dave Boudman, also a board member. It's my pleasure to welcome you to services this evening. I want to thank the Men's Club for ushering tonight and our talented musicians and vocalists for sharing their passions with us. As I look out into the sanctuary this evening, and knowing my parents are attending online because they are in my fan club, I want to share that we really are glad that you are in our community. We are a year-round operation, and there are so many wonderful experiences to be found in the intimate moments, the life cycle events, and other learning and engagement opportunities. A friend of mine was in front of me coming out of Beth Israel one day. The rabbi was standing at the door greeting congregants. The rabbi grabbed my friend by the hand and pulled her aside. The rabbi said to her, "You need to join the army of God." My friend replied, "I'm already in the army of God, Rabbi." The rabbi questioned, "How come I don't see you except for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur?" She whispered back, "I'm in the Secret Service." As a reminder, you can find out about our upcoming events on our website, cbisd.org. I happened to look at the calendar for this weekend. Unfortunately, there's not much going on, and I couldn't find any secret services. We are lucky to have Rabbi Michael Burke leading Torah studies Saturday morning, but that's about it. There's something on Sunday called Erev Rosh Hashanah, but I think attendance is optional. For parents trying to rally the family together for the high holidays, and if not now, when, here is something that you can try at home. A Jewish parent calls his son who lives across the country. The father says to him, "I hate to tell you, but your mother and I can't stand each other anymore, and we are divorcing. That's it. I want to live out the rest of my years in peace. I'm telling you now so you and your sister won't go into shock later when I move out." The father hangs up, and the son immediately calls his sister and tells her the news. The sister says, "I'll handle this." The sister calls the father. She pleads to her father, "Don't do anything until my brother and I get there. We will be there Friday." The father says, all right already." When the father hangs up the phone, he hollers to his wife, "Okay, they're coming for the high holidays." May you have a happy new year and an easy and meaningful fast if you are fasting this year. We look forward to seeing you here and online. Shabbat Shalom, Lashana Tova.
Shabbat Shalom.
Only Alinu could follow that. We please rise if you're able, page 78.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא ושמו אחד, ושמו
Please be seated. On page 86 is our prayer, Kadisha Tom, and our thoughts turn to our loved ones whom death has taken from us in recent days and those who died at this season in years past. Our hearts open as well to the wider circles of loss in our community and wherever grief touches the human family. When you hear the name of your loved one, we invite you to rise here and at home so that we can comfort you as you grieve. I am sad to announce the recent death of Eva Packard, aunt of Dave and Suyen Kuhn. And we are in the period of Shiva for Melvin Nimoy, Zadie of Daniel Nimoy. The period of Shloshim, which is 30 days after the burial, Sandra Joachim Rose, Zane Feldman, Elliot Goldstein, Alan Haubenstock, Philip Cushman, and Gary Davies Aronson. And we remember those who died at this time in years past. Herman Edelstein, Helen Albert, Alex Alexander, Joseph Eilweiss, Samuel Arden, Augustin Ayala, Consuelo Behar, Anna Benson, Lori Berg, Mildred Burson, Harry Bilski, Robert Brown, Karen Ann Brown, Sam Kavulas, Molly Cohen, Erwin Cohen, Arlene Cohen, Ruth Rubin Cohen, Esther Cole, Carol Cohen, Leonard Cohen, Yuri Duskevich, Molly B. Deutsch, Elizabeth Dickstein, Louis Dorfman, William Dubin, Lou Dunst, Bruce Eagleson, Natia Dry, Marion Feinstein, Esther Fire, Samuel Field, Muriel Philman, Molly Fox, Daphne Marshak Fredrickson, Helen Friend, Philip Jerome, Helen Goldya, Leland Gottstein, Mary Catherine Grant, Arthur Guterman, Irene Hecker, James Hickman, Bernard Holden, Marie Berg Horowitz, Charlotte Horowitz, Edith Friedman Horowitz, Anna Kahn, Heike Karopkin, Rose L. Kramer, Seymour Kuntz, Leo Kushner, Esther Lambert, Sharon Distaso Lebolt, Genesee Levin, Jane Meyer Levin, Maury Levy, Robin Mizell, Tommy Mandel, Zelda Gorberg Margolis, Minnie Miller, Lena Miller, Lillian Morris, Ellen Moulton, Saul Nagorner, Marlene Newell, Dora Novak, Sylvia Odelson, Herman Peller, Victor Plotkin, Natalie Lally Ray, Martin Rosenbaum, Bernard Rothenberg, Samuel Rubenfeld, Henriette Rubin, Francis Sanford, Howard Schreiber, Norman Schulman, Alvin Schwartz, Dorothy Shapiro, Lifsha Sharp, Herbert Schultz, Sylvan Siegler, Alvin H. Silberman, Jules Silverstein, Harry Smargon, Selma Steiner, Ann Strub, Jay Weinberg, Miriam Weiner, Jesse S. Winokur, Alex Wirtz, Alan Yablonsky, Rosalie Stewart Udovich. Perhaps you're coming to say Kaddish and I have not read a name, I'll come around the congregation. Please share with us if you're saying Kaddish. We rise as a community and together recite the Kaddish prayer. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalmad divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Israel, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach, le'alam u'l'olmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shmei d'kudsha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran b'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories always be for us a blessing. Put your books down, put your arms around the people that you are with and love. We join together in Oseh shalom.
Shalom, b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru.
Someone near you, wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Turn to someone far from you and wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Turn to our cameras in the back. It was green, or it was red. Now it's red. Let's wish a Shabbat Shalom to all those joining us on YouTube. Shabbat Shalom to our greater community. And let's turn to our challah as we join together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat Shalom, Shana Tova.
you guys come separately?